Take a look at this massive computer factory. This is not Facebook's safe house. No, 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 no. This is a Bitcoin mining farm. There are thousands similar farms of massive scale scattered around the world where every Bitcoin transaction is processed and where in every 10 minutes or so, one new Bitcoin is minted. As of 2026, there are about 4.8 million dedicated devices actively mining Bitcoin, with these devices scattered across 6,000 locations and operating in 139 different countries. The electricity cost for operating each device can range from hundreds of dollars to a few $1,000s per day. Then there is cooling, and then there is maintenance. And all of this infrastructure is to be up and running to support the popular asset which we call Bitcoin. This infrastructure is the first line of defense for Bitcoin. Hello and welcome back to the Tomorrow Money Show. I'm your host, Munyarazi Togarepi, the Crypto Czar. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to this show to learn about the future of money. Now, when you think of defending money, what do you see? Maybe a massive bank vault in Harare, armed guards, laser tripwires. In the old world, we protected money by putting it behind thick walls. But in the world of Bitcoin, the money is the wall. Today, we are diving into the most misunderstood, most criticized, and yet most beautiful part of the blockchain, which is Bitcoin mining. I call it the first line of defense. It's the digital wall of fire that keeps your wealth safe from hackers, double spenders, and most importantly, from the print buttons of central authorities. If you ever wondered why Bitcoin is more than just magic money on the internet, you're in the right place. First, let's clear the air. When we say mining, your brain probably goes to the Great Dike or the gold mines in Kadoma. You imagine someone sweating underground to find a shiny rock. In Bitcoin, the sweat is digital and the rock is a block of data. Bitcoin miners don't actually spend their time looking for Bitcoin. Rather, their primary job is accounting. Think of Bitcoin as a giant global notebook, a ledger that records every transaction. Since there is no central authority to sit at a desk and verify who sent what to whom, we need volunteers to do the math. These volunteers are the miners. They collect all the pending transactions from the last 10 minutes, bundle them together into a block, and check them for honesty. They make sure I didn't try to send the same Bitcoin to two different people. Once they verified the block, they seal it and add it to the chain. And for that service, for being the world's most secure accountants, the network rewards them with brand new Bitcoin. You might ask, if anyone can be a miner, why don't they just lie? Why don't they write down that they gave themselves a million Bitcoins? This is where it gets brilliant. This is where proof of work comes into play. To seal a block, the miner's computer has to solve a mathematical puzzle so incredibly difficult that it requires massive amounts of electricity and computing power. It's like a global lottery where you have to buy tickets by spending energy. It's hard to solve. You can guess it with your head. You need a specialized machine. Once a miner finds the answer, every other computer on earth can see instantly that they did the work. By the start of this year in 2026, the Bitcoin network surpassed a zeta hash in power. That is a number with 21 zeros. To cheat or hack the ledger, you would need to own more than half of all that power. You'd need more electricity than entire countries. You'd need a literal army of supercomputers. Mining makes the cost of attacking the network so high that it's actually cheaper to just be honest and keep mining. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Why is this better than the money in your pocket right now? In the fiat world, the world of the US dollar, the euro, or our very own ZIG, money is created unilaterally. A small group of people sits in a boardroom. They decide to lower interest rates. They decide to print more. They click a button and poof, the supply increases. Bitcoin mining is the exact opposite. You cannot create a single Bitcoin without burning real world energy. You have to do work first, or rather, your computer has to do work. You cannot cheat the 21 million coin limit. There is no board of directors for Bitcoin. There is only the code and the miners. While fiat money relies on the trust of politicians, Bitcoin relies on the laws of physics. You don't have to trust me, and I don't have to trust you. We both just have to trust that the math works the same way in Harare as it does in Tokyo. Mining is the only thing that ensures Bitcoin remains scarce. If it was easy to make it, it wouldn't be valuable. Let's bring it home to Africa. Bitcoin mining requires electricity. In many parts of Africa, we have massive potential for hydro, solar, and wind, but we don't have the grid to move that power to cities. Miners don't care where they are. They can sit next to a remote waterfall or a solar farm in the middle of the bush. They pay for that stranded energy, providing the cash flow needed to build out our national infrastructure. Bitcoin mining is a huge opportunity for Africa, not forgetting the number of jobs that will be created by such investments. What I'm trying to say is Bitcoin mining protects the value of Bitcoin. It is the first line of defense. It sort of like gives intrinsic value to it due to the billions of dollars being spent every year to mine it. And Africa can benefit from those investments. We can even have dual purpose energy sources. For example, a Bitcoin miner can create a hydropower station for mining Bitcoin along the Save River in Zimbabwe. During off-peak hours where demand for electricity is low, like during the day, they can be mining Bitcoin. But during peak hours, like early in the evening, where electricity demand is high, the miners can feed some of the generated electricity to the grid to help the supply. It's a win-win. A win for the Bitcoin and other blockchain networks, and a win for our people. Think of Bitcoin mining as both a global security guard for Bitcoin's value and an investment opportunity for Africa. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button. Let's keep building the future of Africa one block at a time.